We stood there and watched how many rushes in days going up in flames. So we took all the heat with them.
Are we all there?
Maddie's in the middle.
Are we all there?
Tom and then
All right, everyone, here we go. We're going to start. First of all, thank you all for coming. And look, we wanted to do a much smaller do than maybe we've done in the past because we wanted to make this very special for Maddie. As you can see, Maddie is sitting right in the middle there. She doesn't know what is going to happen here. But you're going to have a ball hopefully in the next little while. So thank you all for coming. It's really important. I'd love to have this small group here because every one of you is very special in Maddie's life. And I know you're going to enjoy this show. And I'll hand over to Sue for the first bit.
Thank you, Michael. Maddie Elizabeth Taylor was born in St Margaret's Hospital in Surrey Hills, Sydney at 4:10 on the 25th of July, 1991. About 18 months or so before that, after saving like mad, Mike and I had finally bought our first house, a little terrace, 40 foot wide, and we were very, very proud of it. And we were up to our necks in debt. Back then, interest rates were 17%. Wow. Yes, it's shocking. But we were happy, yuppie dukes, enjoying our city lifestyle of paddo pubs, eating out and having friends over most weekends. But then we thought, I know, let's buy a new car. After all, the thought of starting a family was 2 to 3 years away at least, or so we thought. And then, one day, I felt a little strange, a little hormonal, perhaps even a little weepy. And Mike said, I bet you're pregnant. And the test confirmed it, and we were on our way to a completely new lifestyle. My pregnancy was great. I felt wonderful. I had no sickness. I didn't have any of those awful things a lot of women suffer from, and I ate chicken soup like it was going out of style. And towards the end, I was huge. And for the great day, my mum, my uni friend died from the UK, and Mike were all there on hand for the big event. And despite some unexpected complications, which if you're interested I can talk to you about later, Maddie came out healthy, pink, and ready to race into life. No trouble at all. Once she was in my arms, I was overjoyed, and we took our bundle of joy home. And then we knew life was going to be very different, and yet strangely wonderful. The three of us at that stage stayed on in Sydney for a while and moved to Melbourne so Mike could take up a bigger job to pay for the mortgage and that new car. And there we had a wonderful time. My fondest memories of the friends we made there, including my best friend Patsy. Yay! Let's say thank you very much to Patsy for all the cooking for today. She's been there for many of our major life events, and she's been like a second mother to Maddie. My first child, Maddie, tested my parenting skills like never before, and she never stopped babbling from the time she was about 2 months old. That's strange, isn't it? But she's blossomed into a beautiful, very accomplished young woman. And I know that you feel this way about her too. Maddie, tonight, this is your song.
Australia this year. But perhaps not all of you know that to be Miss Australia has always been one of Maddie's biggest dreams. Most of us never get to even start realising our dreams and are still dreaming. But Mad stepped into hers this year and has had such a wonderful experience. With everyone's love and support, she made it through to the finals, made the cut to the top 10, and on that stage she was our Miss Australia. Many of you might not know how long this has taken to be a dream for Mad. Maddie, here are some memories for you.
Don't worry, it gets worse. Here's the guy, Maddie. Fresh stalker.
Grab that stash, man.
What is this? This is your brightest.
Here's the Cubs. Here's the Cubs. Yell out to Tom.
Much brilliant.
Now we have 14-year-old Maddie Taylor. How are you feeling today? I think I'm okay, thanks. I really love the Gold Coast community and I'd really love to get a little bit more involved in it, I think. How would you like to become more involved? By meeting people and learning stuff. And what are you most passionate about the Gold Coast? The beaches and the sunshine weather. You can appreciate that today. Now tell me what you'd like to do with yourself, I guess, professionally, career-wise? I'm not sure yet, but probably a historian. Tell me where you'd like to go. Straight to school, I'd like to go to England, travel around in Europe, sort of way. And you're also interested in web design, is that right? Yes. Tell me what artistic.
That's such a lie.
Miss Photogenic 2006 goes to Maddie Taylor. Next, Maddie Taylor. Hi Maddie, how are you? Awesome, thank you. What is the most inspiring book or movie you have seen or read? How to travel the world and things like that. So really great writer. So I recommend it.
What was the book, mate?
In this point in your life, you gave away pageants to focus on your schoolwork and achieved an OP4, which gave you entry to law school at Bond. After nearly 3 years, and at the end of your law studies, you decided you could finally pursue one of your dreams and enter Miss Universe Australia. You got through the regional heats, you got through the Queensland State Finals, and finally set your sights on Miss Universe Australia 2012 in Melbourne. You worked so hard for this, and so many people here tonight were part of that journey, especially Clara and Jackie and Jenna, and the two big guys in your life in the professional pageant side was Charlie and Thelma. And in Melbourne we had a fantastic support team, which includes the others here tonight, my sister Lynn, and our dear friends Patsy and Julie, along with Joanna, and also Andrew, who we were delighted to meet at last. Can't be here tonight, unfortunately. Stuart, Ian, Ashley, both of whom are sick and can't make it tonight. And of course, backup team Mum, Tom and I. A quick mention also to Stuart, who was your biggest fan, and Birgitta, whose tireless work on your gown was really, truly amazing. The event went by so quickly I can hardly remember it, but I do remember feeling so proud of you and how gutsy you are, and how hard you worked, and how much belief you had in yourself in order to get on that stage. At this moment, seeing you in that formal dress, I felt you had wings and could fly.
Aww.
This song is for you. Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were always waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you were always waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were always waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were always waiting for this moment to arise. You were always waiting for this moment to be free. And now over to Sue.
In the last few weeks I've had a great time compiling an album for Maddie. It's been a labour of love, and you all know Maddie in different ways, as a friend or a student or a colleague or a mentor. But there's many things in her background as well, and the things that she's done in her life that you may not know about. So if you'd like to look through this book, you'll find some very interesting things. But there's a couple of things that I might draw your attention to. Maddie was a cub for quite some time, and a very enthusiastic cub actually. She had an armful of badges, and she enjoyed going out into the dirt and making fires and not being a beauty queen, but being the cub. So this is part of her early life, and as you can see, she was a very smart saluter. So Part of this book also contains information from the UK. Alfriston is the village that I come from in England, in Sussex, and both kids have spent a number of holidays there and experienced the English winter as well as the summer, and there's probably not much difference between the two, and found the weather quite intimidating. But it's part of their history and who they are and where they're from. And Alfriston has a wonderful children's trail which takes you through the South Downs, and it's the most gorgeous little village to visit. So I hope they have good memories, and I know Maddie has good memories of staying with her cousins there, and also seeing my mother who's passed away. But she was a wonderful woman, and she and my father owned something called the Singing Kettle, which was a tea house, and they served cups of teas and scones and jam. And so I think this page represents perhaps her heritage, perhaps her love of potatoes, which she's come from the Irish side. Sorry, Maddie, but it is part of it. And a nice cup of tea. So let's look at this one too. And this page I'll point you to as well. And at the top it says "so happy," because I don't think I've ever seen Maddie quite as happy and perhaps out of her own head as when she's been riding horses. We took on Gunny, the horse here, who was a thoroughbred. He was big, 16'3", he was a big boy. And he was about to be put down because he hadn't really performed as a show jumper. But he was the most wonderful, gentle-natured horse. And Maddie and I, not knowing much about horses at all, actually it was quite scary, we took him on. And we put him out on agistment, and we fed him, and we brushed him, and we washed him, and we loved him. And it was such a wonderful experience for Maddie to make a connection with him. And it's a very, very special bond between a horse and a person. We miss him still, don't we, Maddie? And we will go and visit him. But I would say that these are some of the things that have made Maddie who she is, and particularly it's worthwhile in having a look through this. There's many other stories, but the only other one I'd like to point out is her little brother, Tom, who's just disappeared. Who she's called Fat forever, which is pretty cruel. But she was a little jealous when he came along when she was 4. But they are different personalities, they're different people, they have distinct views on the world, but they are very close, and they do recognise the qualities in each other. And they're very close, and I'm very happy that two people who happen to be brother and sister should be so close and take such comfort and joy with each other. So Maddie, this is only part of your life. There's many more pages to fill. There's a couple of volumes I'm sure that we can fill by the time we're done. But I'd just like to say this has been a pleasure for me to put together, and it reminds me of all those wonderful memories and times that we spent together. And I love you, darling.
Sorry, I'm just losing those.
Yes. Right. Okay, so we're going to finish with a song. You all know this one. Just going to write something. That's right.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
Needed a shelter in someone's arms. There you were. Needed someone who'd understand my ups and downs. There you were. With sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotions. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. Yes, I do.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
It's like honey sometimes.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
I close my eyes at night, wondering where would I be without you. you, baby. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. Yes, I do.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
It's like honey sometimes.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
You were better to me than I was to myself. To me there's you, there ain't nobody else.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
How sweet it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is, yeah. How sweet it is to be loved. Gospel choir, sing it. To that glass of water. Anyway, has everyone got a drink except for me? Have another one. Maddie, there is in order. I'd like to raise your glasses. There's three words that I think are really important for everyone in this room and everybody, and I think they sum you up. And that's beauty, knowledge, and love. Maddie, to you, beauty, knowledge, and love.
Easy
We love it. Happy birthday. Now, without further ado, there are some other people to give you a roasting. We've given you all the pathos, now here's all the roasting. Right, so the first one up is you, Jenna.
I'll step outside here so don't look. The microphone's actually taller than me. I did have a speech planned and then I wrote all over it and changed it 10 times, so now I can't actually read it. So I thought I'm just going to say what's in my heart because it's all there anyway. Now when I first met Madeline, which wasn't actually too long ago, but it feels like a lifetime, I saw her and thought, how can someone be so physically perfectly put together? And then she opens her mouth and I'm like, oh, stop it. She's smart as well. And not just smart, but very interesting. Everything she said was on point and I was immediately drawn in. But what got me among all of that is that the moment I met her, Maddie took a genuine interest in me and my life, and you could tell that she had my best interests and the interests of all those around her at heart immediately. And that stems the rest of my speech essentially. I'll mention a few bits and pieces from the Miss Universe competition because it is the most recent and it does actually portray a lot of who she is. When she first started, when she first told me that she was going to be doing, I had absolutely no idea about the competition or anything about it. Maddie could have told me she was going to, participate in some chess competition and I would have been all for it and so I had no idea. And all I knew how to do was just to, tell Maddie what she was and who she was. I didn't have to make anything up. I didn't have to pull anything out. I just had to tell Maddie who she was and what she was capable of. She needed to hear that. Maddie, in the first heat, most of the other girls around her, and I could tell that most girls in general, would look at all the other girls and try and pick them to pieces and look at their faults and then use them. That's just how we are as girls, I will admit it. But Maddie, on the other hand, she immediately told me all of the great things about all of these different girls and how inspired she was just by meeting all of them. And to me, I immediately thought, she's too good for this competition. She's amazing, and she was my Miss Universe at that moment. But I said to Maddie, countless amount of times, late night calls, her stressing about this competition, I said to her, most other girls in this world and the other girls, in this competition or whatever, they're pretty rocks. They're rocks and you can mould them and you can paint them and you can make them look amazing and beautiful. But you are a diamond. And a diamond is a form of rock, I think. Please don't tell me if I'm wrong. A diamond only needs light and it reaches its full potential. it is amazing to absolutely every single person who sees it, and it is timeless. It will never change. Its potential will never change. It will forever be beautiful. And that is what she is. She doesn't have to paint herself. She doesn't have to change any aspect of her. She is patient now. She's working on that. We all know that Maddie's biggest weakness is her patience, but I can actually safely say tonight that she is patient at times. She is strong, and she's intelligent, and she's genuine, and she's modest. By all means, she's the most modest individual I have ever known for her capacity. She not only is beautiful physically and personality-wise, that doesn't make any sense, but she's intelligent. And I was a year ahead of her in law school, but I did a few classes with her. And Maddie was always so supportive of everyone around her, and was so encouraging of everyone around her, and was so impressed by everyone else's grades. Little did we all know, she was beating us all by a mile. And she made it to the Dean's List. She truly does succeed in every aspect of her life. So with this, I toast to you. I apologise for the rambling, but I couldn't read my speech. To you, you are my diamond. You always forever will be, and I cannot wait to see the woman that you will develop into, and every day you are growing, and every day you are becoming more beautiful. I love you.
Thank you, Jenna. Now I'd like to ask to the stage your brother, Tom.
Maddie, we've always had that special relationship that you always talk about, how we're inseparable and we love each other so much. And we did have a hard start when I was a baby. There's videos of you splashing me in the bath, and I'm like dying and drowning, but that's alright. But we got over that, and you used to dress me up as fairy wings, and I used to like run around, and we've always been best friends. And and you've helped me along the way to talk to girls and things like that. and I've helped too with your boyfriends. I approve of them if they're good enough. Which is actually good for me, because then they give me presents and let's go Tom, and they really try and impress me, which is good. Although we've had our disagreements mainly about food. Those yogurts in the fridge. And do you remember when Selena, I ate her chocolate? I had to get flowers down from the garden and put them in like a little vase, stand up front and apologise to her. But we are very different. I mean, you're very organised and on time, and to be modest, a bit more laid back, a bit more chilled. But even through that, we've always had that special connection. And just for that, I'd like to say that I love you so much, and happy birthday.
Jackie. It's now hand over to Jackie.
I've known the beautiful Madeline Taylor for about 3 years. We met at a Bond party when I was walking around the Classy Don's Tavern, and Maddie and Selena approached me, and they were dressed in white and they looked like angels, and they said, "You're with us now," and that was the start of an instant and amazing friendship. And since that night we've watched and helped each other become who we are today. And Maddie's helped me through some tough times, and I her through some as well, but we've also had some incredible, amazing times together, like the time she tried to sell me to a black rapper on Venice Beach, or the time that we decided it would be a really good idea to get on a double-seated bike and try and get through California when we're the most uncoordinated people ever. Dancing to big booty bitches, getting brown for the markets. There are so many amazing things I And so that's what I've done. For you. But Maz, there are so many reasons why I love you. Not only because you are the most beautiful and intelligent person that I know, but you have this incredible enthusiasm for life, which is just so infectious, and your loud personality, which gets us into trouble so many times, your protective nature, your love of shiny things, your amazing dancing skills, and even more incredible singing skills. Your gunny face when you don't like something. And your exceptional ability to completely vanish as soon as your next boyfriend enters a 50-meter radius. It's impressive. I am so proud of you and all that you have achieved. You have your whole life ahead of you, and you have built such a strong foundation to achieve greatness in anything that you choose to do. I've lost count of how many times we've cried laughing together. I am so blessed to have such an amazing sister. I love you so much, honey. Happy birthday. Oh my god.
Now, if anyone can roast Maddie, it's our next guest who's coming up. Clara, who's coming up.
I'm crying in mine for a different reason. Everyone's done all the sentimental stuff. I apologise in advance for anything offensive. So it's not that long, so it was the last one, I'll wrap it up. But when Maddie and I first met, she certainly made an impression. At a party, she strode up to me, flashed her pearly whites, blinked those huge green eyes at me, and bellowed, "You're beautiful." To which I laughed, replied and said, thanks. Probably the nicest and most disarming way someone's ever introduced themselves. From there, our first date was planned as such. You, me, Starbucks this week, let's go. Since then, I've shared her serious love of coffee frappuccino with skim milk and sugar-free vanilla. She taught me how to say that fluently after a few coffee dates. Little did I know this would be the site of hundreds of hours of boy drama counselling. For someone so young, how does someone be so wise about men? It's certainly not a skill I've acquired yet. So from tearing up to breaking up, Maddie's counselled a lot of us girls through our terrible choices in men. This is definitely not directed at anyone. You're a good one. So, while she sometimes may refer to boyfriends or boys as handbags, we all know she has a heart of gold. Maddie's total lack of respect for quiet has sometimes landed her in hot water. While she loves to voice her opinion, Maddie has somewhat a lack of volume control. When sitting at our favourite place in Broad Beach, she pointed and yelled, "Look, a black man!" Turning to us with a puzzled look saying, "Have you ever seen a black man in Broad Beach?" And then calmly resumed sipping on her drink while everyone is looking at her. When we're out in clubs, Maddie has a fantastic ability to make any man who seems interested in her friends put their tail between their legs and run in the opposite direction. She usually takes on the protective boyfriend role and pulls her girls out of the line of fire. Actually, at end of semester bash last semester, she actually put herself between me and an unsuspecting guy, stared him in the eyes, pointed her finger and said, "No!" Maddie's honesty, love and sincerity inspires me every day to become a better person. I think everyone here agrees that Maddie has affected our life in one way or another, and our lives wouldn't be the same without her. Mike and Sue, it is a credit to you, to what a remarkable daughter you brought into the world. It will always be a better place for it, and I'm just so grateful and truly blessed that I get to share in your wonderful journey. Oh, you're teary. Last sentence, I can get it out. being so close to you and loved by you is truly one of the greatest honours of my life. Maddie, most of my favourite memories are with you and I look forward to enjoying a lifetime more.
Thank you. Thank you, Clara.
You're not crying
And,
for
three more. So Iona's coming up to say something.
Something really quick to say. I just wanted to say that I met you when we were 14, and from the 3 years that we spent at school together, they were the most fun I've had at any school. And this year you've looked after me so much, and you've been an amazing big sister. I know I'm a little bit older than you, but you've looked after me so much, and thank you to Mike and Sue for being my surrogate family. And yeah, I really appreciate everything that you've done for me. So, happy birthday, and I love you.
And thank you very much, Diana, that's lovely. And someone close to the family who isn't the family is my brother Rob. And I don't think it's a party where Rob hasn't come up and said something witty.
That puts a lot of pressure on me.
Where's that book? Is that it?
Yes.
To get it out of the book. It's in the book there. Okay. Let's put my glasses on because I'm an old man. Where is it? Can slot it? Oh, here. Now little Miss M is all grown up. She'll need a slightly bigger cup. No use thinking you can rein her in. She's fully qualified to knock back the odd gin. She won't be feeding horses. They're better off compact beneath a sporty bonnet while one's wig can stay intact, bouncing on the back seat among the beastly briefs concerning wayward Indians and far too many chiefs. Yes, she'll attend to every misdemeanour in something better than a beastly beamer. Madeline, since she was small, has answered the odd casting call and graced the pages of a mag or three, lately wisely staying free of all the hype and razzle-dazzle, the flipping heck and freaky frazzle, by passing on this universe, because natural beauty in reverse was never Madeline's lure. We need no smoke screen to appreciate her. It's wicked open. So now the stage is set for the next bit. How many doors will key 21 fit of life's winding corridor? The one in front or the one before? How many crossroads in between? Well, can't predict what's not yet been. So, we have to take the page up because nobody realised it went to the other side. So mad, at this moment so portentous. May all your sorrows be redemptious. May your days be long and merry. May you not watch too much telly. May you travel far and wide. May you say your name with pride. May sorrows never burst your bubble. May you never stumble in the rotten rubble. May you not get in the poo, but have your cake and eat it too. May your way be paved with light. May you end up with Mr. Right. Oh. And if you're ever short of cash, may you get a nibble from your old folks' stash. Happy birthday.
Now, my sister, lovely sister, up on the stage.
Well, Mike and Sue, I'd really love to thank you first for creating this beautiful celebration and creating the opportunity for us all to say something directly to you. And I would sort of probably be shy to say these things otherwise. So thanks for a great party and congratulations, because parents will only know how long 21 years is. I give credit to Mike and Sue. Goodness, I'm going to have to wear my goggles as well. So anyway, like the last time I saw Maddie, actually, we were sitting around this fire and she was full of beans because she'd just delivered her first guest lecture at Bond, and she insisted that all those people listening to her were not looking at their Facebook and iPod apps as they usually do, and there I was looking at Maddie saying, yes, and looking at her sweet face framed with golden curls and her bronzed shoulders glistening above the skimpy dress she was wearing while the tan dried. And I politely said, well, no, it's not really your responsibility to worry about if they glance at their iPhones anyway. And then thinking, but that audience were actually mesmerised by this stunning look-alike Miss Australia. Well, for me, you are Miss Australia. And, you know, I just really thought, goodness, surely they're just looking at this youthful charisma with fashionable makeup and clothes and everything. But then a few days later, Maddie announced that she got this research job at Bond, and you know that clinches the whole thing. I know that you topped your class and congratulations, but getting a job like that and at the age of 20 too, wow, you know, what an achievement. That's just so good. But you know what makes you really special, Maddie, is that you're so, and very Australian quality I think, so very modest about your looks and your talents and all your great achievements, and that's what that really sort of shines through. And I'd really like to sort of, yeah, I'd like to congratulate you on your your charming personality. So here's a little in true Taylor tradition, little rhyme. Maddie, oh Maddie, you surely are the best. Everyone's distracted by the way you dress. And your stunning looks beneath the garb are dazzling with zest, even after all those exhausting uni tests. So now 21, you're way ahead of your quest, with gifted frontal lobe and a heart of gold. You guessed. Maddie, oh Maddie, you surely are blessed. Oh. Happy birthday.
Now, we've got one more, I think, and someone that's very close to Maddie, and we met, the next person up is Patsy, who's with us tonight. She flew up from Melbourne to be here, and she's been an absolute saint, helping us with all the preparations over the last 2 days, like non-stop. And I'd like to welcome Patsy up to the stage because she's a very special aunt for you, and she'd like to say a few words. We met when you were 1 year old.
Be very nervous, man. I've had this really great honour for a very long time now to be regarded as the Melbourne mum, and it's been fantastic. So tonight I think is around rites of passage, and this is one of the rites of passage that we celebrate, and I'm going to do a bit of a different take on rites of passage that I've witnessed with Maddie, and this is through the lens also of the space that Maddie's always given to Sue and myself around friendship. So, first rite of passage is a story that I heard about Mad as a toddler. Up here, where things didn't quite go according to plan in Maddie's mind, and Sue wanted to come home. Mad didn't. So a little tanty. I think you were about 2 or 3. The tanty grew as Sue became more insistent, as a good mother should. So the tanty moved then to a fair bit of screaming and crying, and then the clothes started being stripped off. And Sue, to her credit, stood back, just calmly waiting, and also having to resist the pressure from so many people who saw this gorgeous child, very cute child. Oh, poor darling, poor darling, poor darling. Sue going, bugger off. I'm trying to send her a message here. So, tired out, Maddie came home with Sue. And the rite of passage here is about the right of a toddler to say, I don't like things. And the next bit is to appreciate the consequences of that, of one's behaviour, and that things don't always go the way you might want them to. So a rite of passage as a toddler. And we move into those treacherous teenage years. I know she was delightful, particularly to me. Not so sure about to her mother. And witnessing, who's been shopping with Mad? Yeah. And you two people who've been shopping with Mad. I witnessed Mad shopping with her mother around the age of 14, 15. So in Melbourne, very excited to be in Melbourne and shopping with me, and Sue was trying to buy clothes for Maddie, and Maddie kind of goes, oh, stop it, just leave me alone. Patsy, come with me, you know what clothes to buy. So the rite of passage here is about the rite of identity and the separation of mother-daughter. So, you know, that's continued through, you know, the time from then to now, and will continue. However, along the way, I've, you know, started to work out that Maddie has worked out more charming ways to deal with when things don't go her way. I'm not sure, I don't know whether she throws a for clothes anymore, but when things don't go her way. But I'm figuring that it's more charming and, you know, more reasoned. The identity is probably the one for me that has really been a kind of a great story to be part of. And so, Mad, I wish for you, you know, the continued adventure of your identity, of your confidence in yourself, and really tonight, seeing all these people around here who love you so much, just wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Patsy. So now we've got a surprise for you, and I'd like everybody to clear their throats and be in fine voice because we're going to sing you. This is the most beautiful cake I've ever seen. I don't want to drop it.
Don't drop it, Tom!
My life is in my hand right now.
So can you move the table? Alright, let's do the happy birthday. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maddie. Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
Keep going.
Oh, Sue, did you and I get a photo? Don't cut it! Don't cut it! Wait a minute! Sorry, no. Sorry, mate. Turn the light on. This is about
Oh, I know where the light is. It's upstairs.
Yeah.
Where you...
No, we do have to get a photo. So,
You have to get a photo.
we do.
No, it's
So,
okay.
you know,
We were up till midnight cooking this cake, trying to make sure that it came out of the cake tin in one piece. It was a big job. Patsy.
Alright, Patsy.
Tommy.
3, 2. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my god.
That's great. Thank you, everybody. That's the end of the formal thing. I'll get some music going.
Yes.
That was it. Cake, yeah.
Legendary dancer. That's right. Thank you.
Big.
So this, what we should tell them what it is, Patsy. What's the cake is in the end? It's a
white chocolate mud cake with berries and hazelnut. There you go.
wow. Yes. Yep. So get your pieces.
Yeah.
How did you make this?
Muscle beach.
Wow.
Yes.
Shit. Oh, good. Like mine was amazing. Mine wasn't too bad.
Something else.
Is it really good? Yeah.
I'm not even getting paid, so.
Is it nice?
Oh my god.
Yeah.